Meditative running. Meditative running is a powerful method of increasing the energy potential of the organism and of development of its energy system as a whole. This method was created by Tibetan spiritual seekers. It was called Lung Gom running. In Russia, the group version of this technique became popular thanks to the efforts of Yan Kultanov, Moscow. The method consists in performing pranayamas and meditations during a long group running, which is done at a slow pace. Performed in this manner, the meditations and pranayamas help students A. Distract their attention from bodily sensations, allowing them not to concentrate on being tired. B. Create and maintain positive emotional state. C. Train their concentration, visualization, and meditation abilities. D. Develop personal power, power of the consciousness. E. Harmonize loads on muscle, cardiovascular, respiratory, and other systems of the organism, etc. Running sessions of groups consisting from 5 to 50 people should be led by an instructor who uninterruptedly, this is important, suggests exercises to the group. Compared to the static variant of psychic self-regulation classes, the exercises of meditative running are performed at an incommensurably higher energy level, which increases their efficiency dramatically. The condition of psychic attunement of all participants of the running and the monotonous background of the working muscle system contributes to better concentration. It is advisable that this method is used after all participants have mastered the basics of psychic self-regulation. Unprepared beginners must not be included in the group, since those unable to participate in meditative work synchronously with the rest of the group make this work more difficult for the group as a whole. Below, we are going to set out our modification of this method as a program for 2 hours running without taking the warm-up time into consideration. As we will see, this program is an intermediate stage to the higher methods of spiritual work, which will be explained in the following chapters. First sessions must be limited to 30 minutes or less. Then one can gradually increase the load. Because of certain adjustments that take place in the muscular system during the time of the trainings, one should increase the quantity of protein in one's diet, milk products, eggs, nuts, mushrooms, etc. Drinking milk afterwards will also be very good. I also want to mention that women may experience menstruation delays during intensive running trainings. This is a well-known phenomenon in sports medicine. This must not be considered as a dangerous indication. If you decide to run in the morning, you may do it on an empty stomach or have just a glass of water with a teaspoonful of honey or jam. In case the running sessions are held during the day or in the evening, the last intake of food should be several hours before them. It is very difficult to run with a full stomach. Clothes should be light. So, if the air temperature is above 0 centigrade, 32 Fahrenheit, just a regular tracksuit will be enough. When it is below -10 centigrade, 12 Fahrenheit, you may put additional training pants, light sweater, and a cap. But you may also dress lighter. Overheating of the body should be avoided while performing this type of exercises. During summer heat, it makes sense to make the route go near natural water reservoirs and to make stops for swimming. It would be still better to run in the morning and to stay near the water during the day. This time may be used for discussions and studying food resources of the forest. In winter, the running session can be followed by swimming in an ice hole, but it is absolutely necessary that near the ice hole there is a warm room or a big fire made in advance. If these conditions cannot be found, a hot shower would also do just fine. The running session must be followed by the washing of the body. Before running, one has to perform an intensive warm-up of the body that would involve all muscles and joints. Its description can be found above. In winter, it is better to warm up indoors, so that one comes out to the frost in the already warm condition attained due to muscular activity. Then the running itself begins. The instructor has to run behind the group so that everyone can hear him or her. The first thing the instructor does is giving the command to maintain the correct posture. Attention to the posture. The body is straight. We may even slightly bend it backward. The body should be in such a position so that the muscles of the back are not strained. Relax the muscles of the back. Throw the head slightly back. Relax the back muscles of the neck. Attention to the feet. Place them on the ground, straight with toes looking forward. Feet are relaxed. They touch the ground smoothly and gently. Relax the muscles of the shins and the thighs. Feel that legs are relaxed all the time, so that we cannot feel the moment we are touching the ground. Attention to the chest. It is slightly raised. Imagine that the collarbones are like small boards lying on it. Feel them. The chest remains expanded during the entire running session. Raise the chest and let it stay in this expanded position while breathing. The belly is relaxed, but it does not hang down as long as the chest is expanded. Make sure that the body does not bend forward, otherwise it will get tired very soon. Fix it in the correct position. Attention to the wrists. They are relaxed and hang loosely. Imagine that we are suspended on a long wire attached to some distant cosmic object. The body is suspended. It hardly touches the ground and is relaxed. Move with the concentration of the consciousness to Muladhara. Then look to the center of the earth from it and see a sea of fiery light there. Let us send a beam from Muladhara towards this sea. Here it reaches the abode of this power. A powerful reciprocal impulse of energy rushes up that beam and fills our chakras and our entire body. Let us repeat this exercise. Concentration is in Muladhara. We are sending a signal beam to the center of the earth and receiving a reciprocal impulse of power. Feel energy inside the chakras. The entire body is filled with power and light. It expanded. The density of energy inside it increases. We repeat this over and over. Let us imagine a giant vacuum cleaner 30 meters below the Earth's surface, with its nozzle facing upward. We are going to turn it on, and it will start sucking all dark energies inside and around us, and sending them to the center of the Earth. Here, we turned the engine on. It started grumbling. The sucking power increases. we observe the space around the group and see the dark energies fly away, sucked down by this vacuum cleaner. Track their way. They rush at enormous speed towards the center of the earth and vanish there. Let everyone examine the space within 1 meter of the body. We click the switch and the engine power doubles. Watch dark pieces rip off and fly away. Scan thoroughly the space around the head, the neck, the chest, the belly, the pelvis, the hips, the knees, the feet. And now let us turn the attention into the space inside our bodies. Click the switch once more. The power quadruples. The vacuum cleaner starts shaking. Incredible sucking power tears off all dark stuff that remained inside the bodies. Everyone scans the head, the neck, the chest, the belly, the pelvis, the hips, the legs. The body gets filled with the purest light that comes from above to replace what has been gone. Let us turn the palms of the hands upward. Imagine a tennis ball made of white goldish light lying on each of them. We toss them from one hand to another. They grow brighter. Superpose them into one ball on the left palm. Let us inflate this ball with energy from our anahatas. Muladhara, inhale from below. Anahata, exhale into the ball. Muladhara, inhale. Anahata, exhale. Repeat this 10 times. The ball is as large as a large watermelon. Some more exhales into the ball. It is already 1 meter in diameter. All balls merge into one common ball. Look at its surface from inside. It separates us from the surrounding space securely. There is a subtlest, transparent environment filled with lucid light inside the ball. It is incredibly easy to breathe in it. We feel amazingly light and weightless. It seems that all bodies merge into one organism inside the ball. We continue running inside the ball. Let us do a series of pranayamas. Inhale the light through the legs and exhale it through Muladhara forward, pushing out everything that hinders its flow. This is the light that we may see in abundance below the earth's surface. The left leg, inhale. Muladhara, exhale 3 to 4 times. The right leg, inhale. Muladhara, exhale 3 to 4 times. The left leg, inhale. Svadhisthana, exhale, and so on, going through all the chakras. Muladhara, inhale. Anahata, exhale 3 to 4 times. The spine, inhale from below. Ajna, exhale 3 to 4 times. The left leg, inhale. The entire right side of the body, exhale 3 to 4 times. The right leg, inhale. The entire left side of the body, exhale 3 to 4 times. The left arm, inhale. Through Anahata, the right arm, exhale 3 to 4 times. And then the other way around. Muladhara, inhale from below. Sahasrara, exhale up. Repeat this several times. Then it should become the uninterrupted flow of light. Make this flow stop and watch a cloud of light forming above us. It wants to pour into our bodies. Let us open ourselves up and let it in. Let it fill us with its tenderness and purity. Feel a small sun between the palms. Look at its goldish light. Feel its caress. The sun dissolves in our hands. We soak its warmth and light through our arms into Anahata and sense a pleasant expansion inside the chakra. And now we will emanate the light and the warmth of the sun from Anahata at all living beings around us. Let us shift the concentration of the consciousness into the rightmost part of Anahata. Find the subtlest plane of light there and cast out all coarse layers from the chakra. Repeat the same from the rightmost part of Vishuddha, then Ajna and Sahasrara, then from the leftmost part of Sahasrara, Ajna, and so on in a circle. Let everyone imagine that we are foxes. A red fox with a large fluffy tail runs smoothly in the forest. Running is a natural state for a fox. We run upon soft green moss among trees, bushes, and stones. We run, ignoring everything that surrounds us. The fox has a goal. The fox has to see the sunrise. A pointed, gently sloping woodless hill is ahead. We run up its slope and freeze at the top. We stand on the top, watch the disk of the rising sun go up from the horizon. Anxious expectation, readiness. The sun rises and touches the hill with its light. Here it is up. We look at its disk. The streamy light flows out of the sun and fills the body. Let the body get filled with light. Let the light grow thick and liquid. We fill the entire body from the tail to the eyes with this light. Density of the liquefied light inside the body increases. And now, each of us is a fallow deer, a jump, and we soar upward, enjoying the freedom. The bodies get filled with happiness, exaltation of flying over the woods and fields, immersed in the tenderness of the clear morning and golden sunlight. We get overfilled with happiness, ecstasy, and bliss. We breathe in the freshness of the warm wind, mixed with sunlight. Down below is a forest river and hills covered with grass and bushes. A small wave of wind touched the leaves. We get close to the ground. Aroma of flowers reaches our senses. We touch the ground and shoot upward again into the space of light, towards infinite joy of flying. Feel the warmth of rays of the sun with our soft and gentle fells. We smile at the sun, at the whole world, at all living beings that surround us, birds, flowers, grass, trees, beetles, butterflies, animals, and people. We want to fill them all with the light of joy, to melt hardened and rude souls. What a happiness it is to live in harmony with everybody and everything, to live in love. Now let us get back into our human bodies, which keep on running and start to form an envelope of light around them. We bandage the body, starting from below at the distance of 50 centimeters of the body, with wide bandage clockwise if looking from below. Form an envelope around the feet, the shins, the hips, the pelvis, the belly, the chest, the neck, the head. Then let us touch its walls from inside with the hands of the consciousness. Let every one of us imagine the mirror image above ourselves, the double running upside down. Now, let us continue making an envelope to include the double's body, the head, the neck, the chest, the belly, the pelvis, the hips, the shins, the feet. Then detach ourselves from this envelope and fly about 5 meters up. Do not look down. Enjoy the coolness of the wind, the expanse, and the freedom. Then get above the park, the forest, boulevard, the stadium. Birds fly around us. Let us greet them. Now rise close to the cloud layer, if there are clouds, and look at them from below. We get ready to break through the clouds where the sun shines if we run during the day. We turn into a rocket for a second and skyrocket there into the world of exaltation and light. The sunlight reflects in the dazzling white clouds beneath us. The shine and sparkling of joy in the bright sunshine. The shine and sparkling of joy in the bright sunshine. Let us feast on this light and fill ourselves with its joy. And now let us head for the outer space and leave the solar system. We glide in the expanse of the boundless cosmic space. Stars are all around us. Silence. Let us feel the eternity and the endlessness of the universe in all their entirety. Stars are shimmering. This is the cosmic pulse. Let us feel this rhythm. Stars are shimmering rhythmically. Silence. Calm. Eternity and infinity. Wisdom of the boundless space. Let us start returning. Now we approach the sun. It grows larger. We immerse ourselves in its familiar, tender light. Fill ourselves up with its rays again and get ecstatic. We suspend ourselves over white, dazzling clouds and dive down through them. Underneath is the surface of our home planet, forests, rivers, fields, villages, and cities. Let us start descending. We fly over the Earth's surface and shine at all living beings with the sunlight that we accumulated in our bodies. Send our care and tenderness to trees, birds, animals, people. Let us wish all people to live in peace and harmony with everyone and everything. Let us pour the light of love into all emptied and hardened hearts. Let them get rid of coarseness, hate, violence, selfishness, lie, and addiction to alcohol. Let the whole world become filled with the bliss of peace and love. Let all living beings' hearts become filled with sunlight. We descend to our city, to the park, then even lower, and look at the group of people running down below. These are our bodies. We approach them, get into them, move immediately to Muladhara. And send a beam of light to the center of the earth from there. These are our bodies. We approach them, get into them, move immediately to Muladhara, and send a beam of light to the center of the earth from there. Receive a reciprocal impulse of power that starts filling the chakras, the entire bodies. We repeat the latter element 3 to 4 times. Now let us work with the microcosmic orbit for some time. Then let us feel ourselves in anahatas, in manipuras, in svadhistanas, in muladharas, in svadhistanas again, in manipuras, in anahatas, in vishuddhas, in ajnas, in sahasraras. Then, above the head, we swim in the light, fly freely, feel joy, tenderness, purity, subtlety of the sunlight. Then we start to condense our flying forms, draw the light of the subtlest space into them, as if with some magnets. The flying form of everyone accepts the anthropomorphic shape, grows dense and filled with light, starts shining like a morning sun, and then becomes our sunny double. We slowly superimpose the physical body on this sunny double. We feel dense sunlight inside ourselves, this precious load of golden elixir, making sure it gets distributed evenly inside the bodies. Now let us place a ball that consists of goldish white light between the palms of the hands. We place it in front of Manipura. Then we connect a tube to the back part of Manipura, through which a stream of light starts rushing into the chakra and then into the ball. The density of light in the ball increases, but its size remains the same. Now that we have filled the ball to the limit, we disconnect the tube and dissolve it. Attention into the ball. Internal processes that produce the colossal rise of pressure begin inside it. A subtlest goldish white fire rages inside the ball. We insert the ball into Manipuras with our hands. The chakras is bursting with power. The whole bodies get filled with incredible strength. We can hardly control the bodies. It wants to make giant leaps, to tear at full speed. A red triangle starts moving forward slowly out of Manipura. It drags everybody by the center of the belly. In 1 to 2 minutes, we stop accelerating our pace with the command. Dissolve the triangle. The front runners run on the spot. Get closer to one another. Manipura, inhale. Vishuddha, exhale. Repeat several times. Everyone imagine a fragrant whitish-pink rose in front of Anahata. Rays of the rising sun are sparkling and playing in the dewdrops on its delicate petals. We insert the flower into Anahatas. The chakras gets filled with a delicate aroma. Let us insert images of flowers into all the chakras. Immerse ourselves into the blue of the clear morning sky. We let the light of the sky into the bodies and fill the inner space of the bodies with it. If it is winter and there is a pure snow, we may take off our shoes and run in the snow barefooted for some time. We continue running. Concentration in the center of the palms. In the center of the palms, pulsating warmth emerges. Feel the pulse in the palms. Feel the pulse. Feel it. Concentration in the thumb cushions. Pulse and warmth emerge there. Feel the pulse. Feel it. And so on, repeating this for all intervals between fingers and the cushions of all fingers and phalanges. Feel the wrists. There is pulsating warmth in them. The pulse. Feel the entire arms. The arms along with the chest. Then with the head. Feel the pulse in the whole upper part of the body. The entire body turns into a pulsating heart. Imagine ourselves to be a pulsating heart. It grows in size, 2 times, 10 times. A huge pulsating heart, tireless and powerful organ filled with hot blood, with immense, inexhaustible power in it. We keep on pulsating. Feel ourselves like pulsating hearts, gradually shrink and condense ourselves. Sense the body again and realize the concentrated power of this gigantic organ inside the body. Expand as consciousnesses in the surrounding space. Let us concentrate on the plants around us, grass, flowers, bushes, and trees. Or in case of winter, we make corresponding exceptions. We feel their state and send our tenderness to them. Let us attune to the emotional state of the birds singing, and then send our love to them. A wall of wind light approaches us from behind. The subtlest light blows through our bodies on the subtlest plane, washing and carrying away all coarse layers. Body shells got deflated. We realize that we are incorporeal beings, floating in the space of light, driven by the wind's light. We merge into one big ball of light and continue floating. Everyone reclaims their individuality again by condensing into forms of white swans. We fly up in the rays of the morning light. Above is the blue of the sky with bright white clouds floating. We enjoy the flight, feel the warmth of tender sunlight. Feathers vibrate gently in the currents of warm air. We move our wings slightly. We enjoy the flight. We look down. A river winding about in the forest carries its waters to a big lake with small islands. We get down to the water, approach its mirror-like surface. We touch the water with our paws, splash a line, stop, look around. All swans are talking tenderly with one another in their musical swan language. We swim up to one another, fluff our feathers, and gently place our heads onto the backs of our friends from the flock. Vishuddhas get overfilled with the bliss of this moment. We swim up together to the green patch of reeds and admire its reflection in the water. Well, it is time to fly again. We take off softly and head to the sun effortlessly. We get higher and higher. Let the sunlight flow into the bodies. Let it condense inside them, filling them from the tail to the eyes. We fly towards the sun and get filled with thick, golden light. The entire body gets filled with thick, heavy, and blissful light power, the unshakable power of love. We get down and fall into our human bodies. The golden fuel of life spreads all over them. We create an increased density of this fuel in the lower chakras. Next, portions of the same kind of light pour into the bodies from above. The bodies get filled up with it. The exercises for climbing up steep slopes on the route. A strong current of white light blows at us out of the earth through Muladhara. It inflates everybody like a balloon. The body gets blown up and grows weightless. It becomes difficult to keep it from taking off. We can hardly touch the ground with our feet. It takes tremendous efforts to reach the ground with our feet. We enter into anahata with the concentration of the consciousness. Look at the world out of it. Then enter into manipuras. Look out of manipuras. Enter into svadhisthānas, into muladharas. Again into svadhisthānas, into manipuras, into anahatas, into vishuddhas, into ajnas, into sahasraras. Imagine ourselves above sahasraras in the form of a small disc-shaped clouds. We draw in light, become brighter and brighter. All of us merge into one large disc. The disc starts drawing in the subtlest light from the surrounding space and gets filled with it. The light inside the disc grows brighter. The higher the density of the light inside the disc, the more intensively it draws in the energy from space. We accumulate tremendous power in ourselves. Now the disc is able to move in space instantaneously, at the speed of a thought. We imagine ourselves beyond the clouds, in the bright sunshine. We are behind our running bodies. Now we are far ahead of them. We extend ribbons that consist of light to our bodies. Each ribbon is attached to the center of the belly of the running body. Start towing the bodies. The disc accelerates slowly. The ribbons get strained. Tow the body by the center of the belly. The speed increases gradually. The ribbons turn into navel strings. The energy of the disc transfuses into the bodies through them. The bodies get filled with the power that was pertinent to the disc, and with the qualities that were pertinent to it. Everyone imagines themselves to be a small cloud above the running body. Draw in the light from the surrounding space. By drawing this light, we condense ourselves to the human form, becoming our sunny double, who runs, as it were, on the first floor, above the head of the body, which runs on the ground floor. Imagine ourselves totally to be running on the first floor. We run in the space of goldish light, draw in this light, and thicken it inside ourselves. The light inside the bodies of our sunny double grows thicker, more dense. We may perform the cross of Buddha, a series of pranayamas and other exercises while running on the first floor. Get down to the ground to the right of the running bodies. Let us take it with the left hand by its right hand. Now we run together holding hands with our bodies. Let us transfuse ourselves into the running body, superimpose ourselves on it, and feel the blissful power of golden elixir inside. Attention into muladharas. We perceive them as firm foundations. A house built on such foundation will never suffer from any storms. We feel the power of the golden elixir in muladharas. Connect muladharas with the fiery light in the center of the earth, with a beam of light, and fill these chakras with that power. Muladharas are filled up with dense light, energy, power. We slow down to walking, surprised at how unusual it is for us to walk. Running has become a natural state of the organism, hasn't it? We watch our breath and pulse. They are the same as those during regular walking. After the running, one should swim or have a shower, perform a deep relaxation and other exercises. It should be noted that the impressive lightness and the sense of being filled with positive emotions that appear during group meditative running cannot be achieved when running individually. Here are examples of the meditations that can also be included in the program of running. The Cross of Buddha, performed from the dictation of the instructor. While running on the first floor, we may deviate from the previous trajectory and far aside from it perform actions that the instructor suggests. When running in the forest or a park, we may extend the arms that come out from the anahata and gently touch or caress treetops with our hands. Run forward from the body, then run near the body, holding hands with it. Then hurry the body by pushing it on the back. This meditation can be easily turned into a merry game, filled with jokes. Casual witnesses of such moments get amazed at seeing a group of laughing runners compared to the usual sight of exasperated and exhausted sportsmen. When running on the second floor, connect cosmic hoses to the chakras and fill them up with cosmic fuel. Fill Muladharas with the fuel of eternal life, Svadhistanas with transparent subtlety and purity, Manipuras with energy of powerful and harmonious motion, Anahatas with white light of all-embracing love, Vishuddhas with subtle blueness of the morning sky and first golden rays of the sun, as well as with morning dew and aroma of flowers, ajnas, with active and mobile intellectual fuel, and sahasraras, with the subtlest all-pervading and all-embracing cosmic light. Feel the wholeness and conformity of the entire system of the chakras, of the entire organism, as well as its imperishability and ability to withstand all difficulties that may emerge on our path. Perfection can be found primarily in love. Let us feel love for all living beings. Perfection is also in wisdom. Let us get filled with understanding of everyone and everything, and unite this quality with love. Perfection is also in power. Let us feel perfect and unconquerable power, merged into one with love and wisdom, as well as readiness for great selfless service. Let us realize in ourselves the qualities of those who have already attained perfection. Let us feel one with them. Let us feel them in ourselves, the simplicity and clarity of their perfect love, deep, universal, and powerful wisdom, as well as boundless courage and impregnability of their perfect power. Let us imprint all these qualities into ourselves forever. Imagine ourselves to be running behind the bodies and cleanse them inside and out of all that is different from light. Then wash them from a hose and fill them with light. While running on the second floor, let us feel the energy structures of our organisms. Perform exercises with the microcosmic orbit. Then concentrate in chitrinis behind anahatas. From this point, rush forward through anahatas into the space of the purest light. Expand in it and merge with it. Then condense ourselves again to human bodies' dimensions. feel the power distributing all over the bodies that keep running on the second floor. Every body becomes solid and resilient. Tense the muscles of the legs, those of the lumbar segment of the body, of the arms, of the chest. Feel clearly that all muscles of the back are tensed. Jump on the ground of the second floor with our strong and resilient bodies. Make a somersault. Run on the second floor, raising the knees high in the air, then touching the buttocks with the heels. Concentration in the center of the belly. From there, extend our tentacles and attach them to a distant cloud. Transfer attention to the tentacle completely. Then everyone contracts the tentacle and pulls the body forward with it. No additional muscle efforts should be made. Just contract the tentacle. The speed at which we run accelerates dramatically. We do not feel any additional load on the muscles. Slow down to walking. With the tentacles, snatch at various objects and pull ourselves to them. Tense and relax the tentacles. No energy of the body is being spent for these actions, thus the body does not get tired. Imagine that we run behind the bodies. Then, with a wand made of light, cleanse the middle meridian from the bottom up to the head chakras. We may allow ourselves to play and to frolic. While running afar ahead of the body, turn a somersault in the air, jerking the legs in a funny way intentionally. We must not feel shy. Nobody sees it anyway, except for us. Watch friends doing this. Everybody laughs. Running on the second floor, feel it as our home, familiar and cozy, before getting down to the first floor. Each of us attaches one end of a rubber string to the second floor. The strings will stretch without hindering our movements, but we will always be able to pull ourselves back to the second floor. Attach the strings to the second floor and get down to the first floor. Everyone attaches the other end of the string to the center of the belly. We may touch the strings with our hands. We stretch them and find ourselves on the second floor at once. While climbing uphill, we imagine that we are in a rapid stream of water. It drags us forward at enormous speed. Immerse into the space of light inside the body. Then scan it through and cleanse it. Then turn all attention to the light that exists inside the earth. Look at the earth as a living planet, which loves us. Let us comprehend the nature of the light that fills the earth. And there will be no doubts that the earth is a living being, and that she loves us as her children. Let us send an emotion of our gratitude to her. Let us immerse into the light of the earth. Let us feel its tenderness and our close relation to it. Let us submerge in it completely and expand as consciousnesses from anahatas across the entire inner space of the earth. Now we are one with our dear planet. Everyone is now aware of oneself as being in the space of the Mother Earth filled with tender light. There is the inner space of the earth and a small jut on its surface. The inner space of the body. From the inner space of the earth, we watch this jut of light moving on Earth's surface. Let us move the concentration of the consciousness back into our bodies and feel the light of the earth inside them. Let us imagine a rising sun. Wash our faces with its light. Let the subtle light of the early spring morning into the body through the face and fill the entire body with it. Let us look up through Sahasraras and see clouds of light that gathered above us, sparkling goldish light. Let us raise our hands and bring a wave of this light down into our bodies. We watch the light of the earth and light of the sun merge inside our bodies.